Ukraine might get sucked into negotiations with Russia. A Lithuanian Ministry of Foreign Affairs has um, issued an important declaration, like, well, not declaration, an important sort of message. This information has been reported by Bloomberg, says URA Inform. It stressed that the lack of rocket systems and ammunition in Kiev Arsenal, and um, a long and a process of many months of decision making in the EU may uh, may cause Ukraine to be forced to negotiate when it comes to peace. I don't think. I doubt it. I just cannot see Ukraine negotiating, just no matter what. Like that would be a very like that would be basically Ukraine losing the war in my mind, having to negotiate and to cede any territory, cede any losses, to cede anything. That I would honestly say that that would be a loss of Ukraine, especially since like the only thing that I can see happening from this sort of scenario would be that Russia would be able to calmly lick its wounds and then attack again. This makes no sense. Like that sort of strategy would make absolutely no sense. I just Gabrieliusz notices that for the Ukrainian nation that is used to actively defending its independence, um, negotiating with terrorists might be seen as a final, um, resort, which of course makes sense. Like, I would see this as a horrible, horrible thing if if Ukraine was forced to make concessions, and the situation might force the country to take this step within the um, when even a broad support from allies does not guarantee. Oh, here we go. That even a wide support from allies does not guarantee um, the transportation and delivery of military equipment. That's a really interesting phrasing. Wider support of allies does not guarantee the delivery of military equipment. In light of the slowing down of the counteroffensive and the war coming into its third year, um, the uh, wide support for Ukraine turns out to be inadequate. I mean, of course, it is inadequate. That's not because, oh God, where do I even begin with this? Like that's been something that military experts in Ukraine has been saying from the very beginning. Like, oh yeah, of course it's inadequate. It's too slow and too little. It's too reactive instead of active. This is annoying a bit, actually. Minister Landsbergis has shown worry that countries such as North Korea might give Russia more help than European Union. What the? Come on. Like, this is becoming a farce. This is literally becoming a farce. North Korea, the hyper sanctioned North Korea, will support Russia with more military, actual military aid in form of equipment than the entirety of European Union. Russia sees Ukraine as two-part country. Russia sees Ukraine as two-part country. One west like Lviv, Lviv for the Poland, and east part that they call Novorossiya as part of Russia. Ridiculous. But hello, welcome to the stream. Ridiculous. Like, I just this is a farce. Like, that speaks so bad against the European Union that it's not even humorous anymore. Like, it's not funny how bad this sounds for the European Union, that North Korea is said to be able to support Russia more militarily than the European Union. 1 million shells from North Korea. This is ridiculous. Like, the European Union and the US absolutely has the capability of just giving enough equipment to Ukraine, and it's just not. This is just we know that negotiations between Ukraine and Russia has taken place at the beginning of the invasion, of the full-scale invasion, but they are on hold at the present. President Zelensky and all other representatives of the Ukrainian government has stressed that the return to the negotiation table is only possible upon total withdrawal of Russian forces from Ukrainian territory. Because, of course, like, that's, yeah. Why would you negotiate otherwise? That makes would makes absolutely no sense otherwise. Like, any concession towards Russia would be a failure in my eyes. A loss. It would be abandoning not just the territory, but also the people living in those territories. And we all know how Russia treats not only its citizens, but also the occupied citizenry of places that it takes over. We all know the Russian modus operandi, historically and contemporarily. Let us remember that Zelensky is ready to accept the proposition of Trump when it comes to Ukraine, but the the Ukrainian leader has warned that there is a single nuance. What's the single nuance? Source of information. Ukrainy mohut zatянуть в мирні переговори с Kiev в Media lit 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 litui stella stellale ważne ważne zajaw zajawue zajawłenie. Okay. So that's it. Basically, very disappointing, very annoying. If things like that are about to are supposedly allegedly about to force Ukraine into negotiating, then that's just shitty. But I don't think Ukraine would negotiate anyway, so ridiculous. Like that just got me mad. That countries such as North Korea can just give more actual real military support to Russia than the European Union can give to Ukraine. That's just it makes me a bit angry. I'm not gonna lie. It makes me a bit annoyed. If you're annoyed, if you're as annoyed as I am, then press like, subscribe, hit the bell. That article was something else. Uh, damn. Oh no, our support to Ukraine is not enough because we don't send enough equipment. Send more equipment? Like, come on. Yeah, I guess we can move on to the next thing now. Very annoying news. I'm pretty sure this article is like pretty new as well. But usually such, negotiation news have been duds, so that's a bit reassuring that usually those sort of Ukraine is about to negotiate any second now, those sort of things prove to be duds usually. So I'm hoping this proves to be a dud as well. Well, do you think that our Korea War is lost or when one country fall into two parts, North and South, and why South Korea can do same and shells? The Korean War was a disaster, of course. The fact that it's still split, the fact that Northern Korea is just a hellscape. The Korean War was not a win, definitely. It was a total loss for Korea, that's for sure. It was a total defeat for Korea as a country. Like, say what you want about the Vietnam War, at least Vietnam is not split into two indefinitely, with one place being a total hellscape. With a very strange dynasty at the helm. So that's my answer to the Korea thing.